So wonderful to be here together with everyone. Good morning. It's so nice to see you all. It is a very warm day out today. So, of course, we all need to take extra care going outside today if we even venture out at all. So, I hope you are in a cool, comfortable spot and in a solid and comfortable seat, and we'll get right into things. So why don't we make ourselves comfortable? I know you have been sitting for a little while, so we'll start with just a little readjustment in our chair, a little shuffle side to side in our seat. You might even lean forward and backwards. And we'll just start to find that center of gravity. So we pass back and forth across the center, kind of intentionally bringing ourselves off balance so that once we slow things down, we can really connect to that sense of balance in our chair that we don't always have otherwise while seated. So let's find a place of stillness where we can rest right at our center. And from here, we'll start just by turning our attention to our breath. So if you'd like to close your eyes, you're welcome to. If you'd like to just soften the eyes, that's fine. And we will start to turn, though, that attention inward. Just starting to notice how it feels to take a breath today, this Monday morning. And if you would like to start with a few sighing breaths, that might feel nice as well too, just to get yourself a little bit more present even in this moment. So we can breathe in through the nose and let out a big sigh through the mouth. Let the shoulders drop a little bit with every breath out. Keep doing a few more sighing breaths in through the nose. Exhale, sigh, and drop the shoulders. You can take one more here if you'd like to do that. Inhaling through the nose. Big sighing breath. Feeling the shoulders melting away from the ears, creating space between shoulders and earlobes. Wonderful. And from here, we'll do a little bit of grounding through the feet. So allow your attention to travel downwards through your feet into your toes and give your toes a wiggle and a stretch. We'll rock forward and backwards along the soles of the feet. Just checking in with how the feet are feeling today as well. What's the health of your feet like today? Beautiful. Find some stillness now through the feet. Let them settle down. And we'll do the same through the hands. So just coming forward onto the tips of the fingers and then rocking back to the soles or the palms of the hand. Good. A couple more, starting to wake up the wrists slightly. And then bring your hands to stillness, just resting at the knees. Wonderful. We're going to press gently down through the hands and the feet at the same time. So starting to notice other muscles of the body engaging and coming online or waking up slightly as we press through the feet, press through the hands, maybe feeling the thighs and glutes engage, maybe the shoulders. One more moment of pressing engagement. Take a big breath here. Exhale, release the muscles and relax. Beautiful. Can we grow a little bit through our spine? So rather than getting too comfortable and relaxed, we'll find a comfortable position that is also feeling alert. So we'll sit up. We might even be off of the back of our chair slightly with a little bit of space between our backs and the back of the chair. And find your breath once again, inhaling through the nose. And soft exhale. We'll add a little bit of movement here to our breath at this time. So as we inhale, we'll turn the palms up so the backs of the hands are resting on our knees. And then as we exhale, we turn the palms down. Inhale, rotating, turning palms up. Exhale, small rotation towards our knees. Keep breathing and moving your hands, inhaling, rotating up. Exhale to rotate down. Matching the movement to your breath rather than trying to change the breath to catch up to the movement. So notice if you are able to just allow the breath to be natural. And the movement joins along with your own pace. A couple more breaths here. Feeling every inhale move a little further down in towards the belly. And every exhale to become a little longer and slower. Let that breath go. Rest the hands again on your knees. And let's find a little shoulder roll up towards the ears and then back down towards the spine. A little hug of the spine behind you as you continue to roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Noticing as we roll the shoulders, the hands slide forwards towards the knees. And as we roll the shoulders back, our hands might move up the legs slightly to the thighs. Good. Just connecting to the sensation under your fingertips. Keep the breath flowing softly and naturally. Wonderful. Let's take one more big roll of the shoulders going backwards. And then we'll take our shoulder roll the opposite direction. So moving shoulders forward now. Up towards the ears, forward and back. So wonderful for the health of our shoulders. Wonderful. Find your way back to that mountain pose. So that is up, back, and down with the shoulders, palms resting on the knees, feet pressing gently into the floor. Spine is nice and tall. Beautiful. And then this becomes our home base position. So we'll come back here often throughout our practice. We're going to get a little bit into the neck today. Of course, I often plan our classes around sensations I happen to be feeling in the body. I'm sure someone else is dealing with some neck, back pain today like me. So I'm going to invite you to bring one hand, your left hand I'll start with, and sort of slip it underneath your thigh, the back of your thigh. You can even go a little further back, but for me it's comfortable right under the thigh while seated. And then we'll tip our right ear towards the right shoulder. So we've done this movement before, but once we tuck our hand a little bit, it just creates a bit of a longer line, a bit of a deeper stretch through the left side of the neck. From here, we can experiment with turning our head down towards the floor and just noticing how that might feel. We might even keep our head moving left and right, seeing how that feels. But all the while, keep that hand nice and tucked and keep dropping your left shoulder down and away from your head. Good. Take one big full breath here. And then as we exhale, bring the head back up to center. And we're going to turn to look over the left shoulder. So we keep that hand tucked. The left hand is tucked. And now we're turning to look over the left shoulder. Take a nice full breath here. Exhale, bringing the head back through center all the way over to the other side. So it's like we're shaking our head no. Little gentle no here. To the left and to the right. Wonderful. Bringing our head back through center. Drop chin down towards your chest. And just feel that stretch through the back of our neck. We can untuck our left hand, bring it back to our knee, and draw a nice line with our nose up and down the center. So just coming up as far as feels comfortable for your neck today. And then drop that chin back towards the chest. Drawing a line with the nose up towards the ceiling and down towards the floor. Good. Let's find our way back to center. Wonderful. Pausing and take a nice big breath here. Wonderful. This time, let's take the right hand, the other hand, and we can tuck it underneath our thigh. This hand tuck is just a little extra sensation. So if that doesn't feel good, if it's a little too much, you can always leave your hand loose to the side. That's what we've done in the past. Otherwise, find your way back under that right thigh. So you've got a little bit of an anchor holding. And then we can start to tip the left ear over to the left shoulder. And this is the side of my neck that's feeling a little stiff today. So just breathe into that stretch. And I want to remind you not to go any further than the body naturally wants to go. So for today, I don't have a big range of motion on this side, and that's all right. We're just going to go to the max. We might explore turning our head down towards the floor, seeing how that feels. Maybe we keep a little bit of movement here by turning the head left and right. How is the breath? Is the breath breathing? That's how my kids would say it these days. Let's inhale, bringing our head back to center, and we'll take a look over to the right shoulder. So just looking off the right shoulder, pause for a moment. Beautiful. And then we'll take our head back through center over to the left side. So once again, a little gentle shake of the head no, slowly moving side to side. Dropping the right shoulder down and away. Good. And then come on back through center. This time, instead of looking up and down, we'll imagine that we have a pencil on our nose and we'll make a big circle in front of the wall, on the wall in front of us. So nice big circle, like there's a crayon on the end of your nose. Beautiful. Let's change the direction of that circle. Any sized circle will do for today. Wonderful. Make your way back to center. Release the hand from under your leg. Bring it back to your knee. Find your mountain pose. So big roll of the shoulders once again. Good. Beautiful. Full breath in. Nice full breath out. Wonderful. We're going to start to move a little bit into the shoulders, a little bit more into the shoulders now. So bringing one arm up into our half cactus. This is a new move that we haven't done. Can we bring the other hand into a half cactus upside down, if that makes sense? So we've got one palm, one hand pointing down, the other is pointing up. And we're going to find a little rotation of the shoulders as we switch the top hand and the bottom hand. Beautiful. A little bit of brain yoga as well for our Monday morning. So we're just rotating one arm up and the other arm down, and then we switch. Another wonderful movement for the health of our shoulders and our joints. Keep moving at your own pace with your own breath. Beautifully done, everyone. Well done. Let's find one more. We'll end on whatever side we choose. Beautiful. And then we'll drop the left hand down. My right arm is still up in this half cactus shape. Can we bring that hand behind our head? Wonderful. So the elbow is pointing out to the side, and then we will open that elbow. We'll stretch the elbow back behind us, finding a little rotation, a little bit of a twist opening up through the chest, and then cross over the front of our body with the elbow towards the opposite knee. Find a twist the other direction. Let's do that again a couple more times. So elbows opening, expanding out to the side, and then crossing the front of our body to the opposite knee, finding that little twisting position. One more time. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, twisting across. Beautiful. Come on back to center. Elbow is still up in the air. We'll find a lateral flexion, but we can release the hand from our head so it's in a half cactus shape. The other hand, the left hand, can hold on to the chair for support as we tip over to the left, noticing that the spine moves into a bit of a C curve, and then that hand can reach any amount that it wants to. So it might stay a little lower down, or it might reach up and over to the opposite wall. Beautiful. Trying not to crunch too much into the side. We think about lifting up and out of the hips and finding that curve through the spine. One big breath here. Beautiful. Exhale, release the arm down to your side. Big roll of the shoulders here. We might even make that a bit more of a sort of fluid movement with the arms kind of hanging loose. Maybe just a little bit of a creative movement as we roll the shoulders, not really looking for any particular shape, just opening and expressing our arms a little wider. Good. Let's roll those shoulders back to mountain pose. We will find another half cactus with the left side, and the right hand points down. So we've got opposite cactus arms. And then we'll go ahead and start to rotate once again, switching sides. One hand goes up, the other goes down. Beautiful. Finding a little bit of your center through the breath. So if you start to feel like, I'm getting in my head about which hand is up, which is down, come back to your breath. Just take a full breath in and not as much focus or worry on what the hands are doing. They'll move where they want to, and we're just looking for movement, and that's the goal. Let's keep the left hand up this time. The right hand can hold on to the arm of our chair. We'll bring that left hand behind our head. Wonderful. Opening left elbow back and behind us this time. We're opening up the left side of the body and then crossing over to the opposite knee, finding our twist. Lovely work. Here we go. Once again, inhale, opening up. Exhale to twist. One more time. Inhale, opening up. Exhale to twist. Beautiful work, everyone. Find your way back up to that straight spine half cactus, releasing the hand. Once again, if you're not already holding on to your chair, go ahead with the right hand and hold on, and we're tipping our spine over to the right. The hand can come up any amount. So it might not look exactly as mine does, and that's fine too. We might find a lower down position if your shoulder doesn't love to extend so high, so far. Beautiful. One big breath here. And then exhale, bring it back up to center, elbow coming into the ribs. Beautiful. Releasing the hand down. And once again, just roll the shoulders in any sort of creative way that feels good. Beautiful. We might even start to bring the spine a little bit further into this movement. So I'm finding myself leaning forward and leaning back, almost like we're rowing a boat. You can even reach those arms forward. Imagine we're holding onto the oars of a boat and row all the way back. This would be a lovely day to have a little rowboat canoe ride out on the lake. If we had a little shade around us too, even better. Let's reach forward, draw those oars back. One more time. Find a big breath here. And then exhale, rowing all the way back. Beautiful. Release the hands. Give the arms and hands a little shake here. We can let some of that tension go from the shoulders. Good. We might swing a little bit side to side. Wonderful. Can we find a little shake, a bigger shake, up the sides of our body, coming up overhead as much as feels good. We're going to give a big clap at the top. So we've done this before. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and clap. Nice, everyone. Bring those hands down to our heart center. We're going to do that one more time. Now we know what we're doing, where we're going with that. Shake out the arms, maybe shake out one of the legs, shake the other leg perhaps. Bring that shake up around the body as high as it feels good. And on the count of 3, we clap. 3, 2, 1, clap. Nice. Hands to our heart center. Just pause for a moment. Take a nice full breath and just recenter yourself. Beautiful. Let the hands float to the knees. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. And we'll find a bit more movement now for the spine. So with our hands resting on the knees, draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Shoulders move back. Little hug of the spine. And then shoulders roll and round forward. We can tuck the chin into the chest. Good. And so I'm just going to turn my chair slightly as well too, so we can really see what's happening with the spine. As we draw shoulder blades together, my arm's in the way, we get a nice arch for the spine. You can lift the chin. And then as we roll the shoulders forward, we get a really nice rounding shape of the spine. Beautiful. So we'll do those 2 movements. And if we're sitting for a lot of our day, this is a great movement just to keep our spine healthy and moving in different ways, different positions. Keep that up with one more breath in and out. Cow pose and cat pose. Beautiful. And then make your way back to your center, to your mountain pose. And I'm going to turn myself back around as well. Wonderful. Fantastic. Can we walk both hands over to the right side of our body, holding onto the outside of the right leg? And we can keep both hands here on the leg, or we can take the right hand, that's the one closer to our hip. We might even reach back for the back of our chair, looking for a little twist here, just a bit of a twist. And we'll stay here for a couple of breaths. And just wringing everything out, our spine and our organs, very good for our belly and digestion as we find ourselves in this twist. One more breath here. And then exhaling, we can tiptoe the fingertips back through center. Pause at center, roll the shoulders. Good. And then come into just a couple more cat and cows. Draw shoulders back, lift the chin. Draw shoulders forward, tuck the chin. Let's do one more inhaling. And exhale. And then come on up to center. We'll find ourselves in a twist on the left side. So just moving over to the left side of the body, hold on to the outside of the left leg. We might reach back with that top hand, hold on to the chair. Or your twist might just be much softer than that. And maybe we're just turning the chest to face over the left knee. And that works well as well too. Big breath in and out. One more breath here. And then we exhale, tiptoeing back through center. Hands on our knees. Take a big circle this time around the hips. So we'll end things with a nice Sufi grind and just get into any of those last little bits, little spaces that we may have missed. One direction, and then pause that circle and take it back the opposite direction. Wonderful. Come on back to center. Big roll of the shoulders. And we'll move a little bit further down the body now into the hips and the knees. So if you are able and ready to move forward in your chair, it's a good time to do that. Move back a bit so we can still see. Beautiful. So still sitting with our nice tall spine, maybe just off the back of our chair slightly. Good. And we can add some heel lifts here to start. One foot and then the other. Just to get the hang, just to create that sense of engagement of the low body. And then we can go ahead and start to lift the foot off a little higher off the floor. Wonderful. Oh, a cat. Beautiful. Lifting and lowering. Now we're going to add a little bit of brain yoga to this too, and a little bit of shoulders. So as we lift the left foot, we'll reach that right arm in front of us through the fingertips. Spinal balance. Beautiful. And then lower everything down. Lift the right foot, the right knee, and extend the left arm long. Spinal balance on the left side, lowering down. So for this movement, we'll do our best to keep our chest lifted. As we lift the left knee, reach the right fingertips out. Good. And then lower down. Right knee up. Left fingertips out. Big breath here. Exhale to lower down. Last one. And we'll do this with our breath. So lifting left knee, reach right fingertips. Take your breath. And then exhale, lower. Same thing on the second side. Right knee and left fingertips. Big breath. Exhale to lower down. Beautiful. Find mountain pose, rolling the shoulders. We'll do one round of our sun salutations today. Reaching for that beach ball in front of us. Find a little hip hinge. So we hinge at the hip, keeping our heart forward as we reach out to grab hold of our imaginary beach ball and then lift it up overhead, dropping elbows to cactus arms. Beautiful. Rotate the shoulders down and then push down towards the floor. Good. Reach the arms out nice and long. This time, hold one wrist. Gently stretch that wrist forward. Just feel the stretch through the back body. Wonderful. Release the hands and lift up through the heart again. Straighten the spine. Big wiggle of the fingers. And then we'll let our hands float down to the knees. Beautiful. Hinging from the hip once again. We lean forward, just coming to rest over the feet. With our hands on our knees, we push ourselves back up. This part we have done and we do pretty much every class. Hinging forward, coming into our push-up position. Roll the shoulders back and push yourself back up. One more time. Inhale forward. Shoulders are rolling back, pushing ourselves all the way up. And instead of our traditional forward fold, we'll find a wide leg forward fold here. So we can just tick-tock the feet out a little bit wider so that the knees and the toes are pointing towards a corner or the corners. And then we can sort of shuffle ourselves back and forth here in our chair until we find a comfortable spot with our knees a little wider. Can we dip our right shoulder in towards the center? A little bit of a twist here, just warming ourselves up for our forward fold. Come on back up. Left shoulder rolling in towards the center. A little bit of a twist, little stretch for the inner thighs. Come on back up. Good. Same thing once again. Right shoulder dipping in towards the center and come on back up. Left shoulder dipping in and come on back up. From here, we're going to come into that wide leg forward fold. Two options. The first option, if you'd prefer to stay a little more upright, would be to just start to dip your chin down towards your chest and let the back of your neck feel that stretch. And if you're okay with coming further forward in your chair, you can rest your elbows on your knees, just like in our forward fold, but this time we have our legs wide. So really, establishing a strong base underneath us. Let the feet really press down into the floor, almost like we're pressing away from the floor. And then we can start to let the chest lower, the head lower. Maybe give your head a little shake side to side. And a little nod forward and back. Some of us, if you happen to have something in front of you to hold on to, like another chair or the back of a sofa or a table even in front of you, you might even put your hands on a surface in front of you if you'd like to just find a bit more extension through the arms. I don't have that, so I'll keep my elbows on my knees. But that would feel very lovely if you have that in front of you. Good. We'll take one more breath here. Exhaling. Let's roll the spine up. Roll the head comes up last. Beautiful. Nice and slow. Beautiful. Keeping the legs wide for a moment. Let's inhale, reaching the arms up. Palms can come together at any point up above. We'll exhale, hands coming down our heart center. This time, let's inhale, circling arms up, and pause in cactus arms once again. So this is our goddess pose now. We'll inhale and we reach the fingertips up, overhead, possibly touching. And then we exhale, elbows coming into our ribs. Good. I'm going to add a little bit more on here too, if we like. So as we reach the arms up, the heels can also lift. Good. And then the fingertips lift. So a lot going on here on top and bottom. Let's lower everything down, elbows to ribs. Lifting once again. Fingertips can come up, heels lift. Maybe we even bring the gaze up towards the ceiling. Oh, I've got a heart-shaped emoji coming off of me. And then we exhale, elbows to ribs. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling up. Exhaling to lower slowly, softly. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Heels can come up. Exhale, lowering. Elbows to ribs, lowering the hands down to our knees. Let's give our knees and hips a little break. So just bringing one knee in at a time and then the other. Good. Just letting the knees sway side to side, releasing through the hips. Wonderful. Feet coming back to the floor. We can tick-tock the feet back together. We're going to find our tree pose today, which we haven't done for a while, but such a beautiful way to honor the summer solstice as well, which has just passed over the weekend, the first day of summer. So for our tree pose, let's bring our hands beneath the right knee. We'll just start with a little warm up of the hips first. So lifting and lowering the right knee to start. Just that same side, lifting and lowering. Beautiful. Find your way up. Just roll out the the ankle a little bit here. One way and then the other. And then we can lower that foot down. So for tree pose, again, a couple of options. We're going to bring that right foot nice and close to the left foot. And then the right foot will be opening out to the side. So we can come to the outside edge, right to the outside edge of the right foot, so that the knee can open a little bit wider. If this is kind of not feeling too secure, you could always cross ankle over the right ankle over the left, just as a little bit more of an anchor. I'm going to leave my foot on the floor today. The left foot pressing down into the floor, into the earth, as we prepare ourselves for growth. So our right knee out to the side and our trunk or our spine is growing nice and tall. We'll bring hands together at our heart. And then just pause for a moment. Start to find your center here. As an added challenge for the balance, we can close our eyes and just notice how once you close your eyes, you've got that internal compass that starts to search out the balance within. So you might feel slightly off balance or slightly dizzy even. If you're feeling dizzy, you can just soften the eyes towards the floor rather than close them completely. But use that, the sensory experience of removing the sense of sight just to help you connect a little deeper to your internal balance, your internal center. Nice big breath in and out. We'll open the eyes, and this time watching our hands as they move away from the body, separating the palms so the palms are facing up. And then bring those hands to touch the shoulders. Good. So we've still got our tree pose legs, but we'll reach the arms out nice and long, extending. Inhale and exhale, hands touch the shoulders. Inhale long. Exhale, touch the shoulders. Beautiful. And then we can release hands back to our heart center. Releasing down to the knees, bring that right knee back in or up. Foot comes back to the floor and let it go with a little shake side to side. Wonderful. Moving to the left side, but first we'll just find a little quick cat and cow in between sides. So draw shoulder blades back, lift the heart. Inhale. Exhale, shoulders round forward, tuck the chin. 2 more breaths. Just moving at your own pace. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Coming back up to mountain pose. Find your way to the left knee this time. If you're not using the left side, you can do the right side twice. You can always visualize yourself doing this, or just do as much as you can. Left foot, left knee lifts and lowers. Starting to get into that left hip joint. Let's find our way up, holding the left knee, and then we can roll out the left ankle. Wonderful. And then change directions. Beautiful. Find your way back to the floor and bring that left foot in nice and close to the right. Coming to the outside edge of the left knee so that the left knee can drop open to the side. Right foot stays flat on the floor. Once again, option would be to cross the ankles for a little added support. Can we imagine or visualize roots growing down through the bottom of the right foot that's flat on the floor, and the trunk of our tree growing a little taller, straightening up a little bit more. Big breath, and then bringing hands together. Once again, we'll challenge the balance on this side, inviting you to try closing your eyes, or maybe just softening gaze down towards the floor and connecting to the line, the center line of the body. That vertical line running running along the spine from crown to tail. Connecting to your sense of balance. Wonderful. We'll add a little bit more movement again to our tree pose. Opening the eyes nice and softly and opening the hands out to our side, bringing hands to our shoulders once again, but this time we're going to extend the arms long out to the sides rather than in front. So we reach the arms out wide. Inhale. Exhale, bringing hands to shoulders. If you are okay and comfortable to keep the eyes closed, you can go ahead and re-close them. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands to shoulders. Inhale, long. Exhale to shoulders. One more time. Inhale out. Exhale in. Beautiful. Bringing those elbows back to the front. Hands coming together at our heart. One more breath here. And then we can release the hands down, bringing that left knee back up, feet flat on the floor, a little side to side swaying. And then we can come a little further back on our chair once again, just back to the center or so of the chair, bringing hands together, interlacing fingers. We'll turn the fingers towards us, press the palms away. Good, and then we can lift the arms up as high as feels good with a breath in. Exhale, roll the wrists all the way down the body. Beautiful. Find your way into a heart-opening camel pose. We can reach our hands either beside us or back behind us, lifting up and out of the hips, pressing feet into the floor. Opening through the heart, draw the shoulder blades back, little hug of the spine. One more breath. And then exhale, release, and bring the hands back together, interlacing fingers once again. Press palms out and away from you. Stretch through the fingers. Lift up as much as you like. And then exhale, roll those wrists down. We'll find our camel pose again. Reaching beside or behind. Press into the floor. Press into your feet. Lift up out of the hips. Draw the elbows and shoulders towards one another. And breathe into that heart space. It was a beautiful little poem to listen to. That young girl, Peyton, I think her name was, talk about love. I am love. I am divine. Amongst the other beautiful things she said, and we'll bring that sentiment into our hearts right now. All of the wonderful and amazing things that we are. at the core of who we are. One more breath in. And then exhale, releasing the arms. Hands come back to our heart. We'll pause right here. And then find your way into your most comfortable position so we can rest for a few moments of sun salutations. If you'd prefer to use this time just to close your eyes and breathe, or take a little nap if you need to, you're welcome to do that as well. But we'll find our way into the most relaxing, safe, and comfortable space that we can manage. Your hands can rest palms facing down or palms facing up. And we'll take a quick Shavasana for today. And reminding you that Shavasana is the Sanskrit word for corpse pose. And corpse pose is signifying the end of the cycle. And so we rest in our Shavasana, in our corpse pose, to signify the end of the practice. And to find that deep state of rest where our body is able to absorb all of the practice, all of the benefits, the movement, the breath, the prana, that's the life force, the energy of who we are. And much like when we sleep, this is the part of our time where repair can happen, where healing can take place. We follow our breath as an anchor for our thoughts and for the stories that we tell ourselves on an ongoing basis. Using this time to disconnect from that part of ourselves, the voice in our heads, the narrator of our life, and we move into that place of witnessing, of acknowledging, and of peace. Beginning to allow the breath to deepen. Inviting some gentle movement back into the body, moving fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. And then we'll slowly, gently make our way back to our upright position with our hands together at our heart. And close our practice with a moment of gratitude, beginning by rubbing our palms, Finding that warmth between the hands, and then go ahead and place your palms over your eyes. Pausing to say thank you to our earth for always nourishing and sustaining us. To say thank you to our community, family, and friends, as well as the ancestors and teachers that came before us. And to say thank you to ourselves for honoring our needs today, whatever they were. Finally, bringing hands together at your heart, I bow to each of you in gratitude for allowing me to share this practice with you and for sharing with me your beautiful time, energy, and breath. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste, Satnam, and I wish everyone a wonderful afternoon. Thank you so much.